Welcome back, beautiful people. Welcome back, lovely people, to my YouTube channel, Living a Life of Purpose. I am Busayo Oladeji. So, today, I want to ask us a very valid question. Please call your sisters, call your brothers, call the married, call the singles. And what is the question? The question is, why do I want to get married? And for us that we are married, the question is, why did I get married? I want you to ask yourself that question. I want you to ask your neighbor, if you have a neighbor beside you, why do you want to get married? Or why did you get married? You know, I've listened to a lot of good reasons why people want to get married. I hear things like, I love his vibes, I love her vibes, we get along so well. Yes, vibes is important in marriage. No doubt, compatibility is very important in marriage. But the question I want to ask is, what if you don't love our vibes again, or you don't love his vibes again? Then what happens? Does it mean that marriage ends? Again, I hear reasons like, oh, I love the way he speaks, I love the way she dresses, I love the way she speaks, I love the way she carries herself, I love the way he carries himself. Beautiful reason, good reasons. But when you stop loving the way he or she carries
Himself
themselves,
or
then what
herself.
happens? Also, I've heard some people want to get married because, especially ladies now, I love his surname. Oh, I love the name he bears. I want to be called Mrs. Danish. I want to be called Mrs. Jewels. I want to be called Mrs. Butter. No doubt, a good name is beautiful. Of course, I am Busayo Oladeji. Oladeji is a beautiful name. So, who does not want to bear a beautiful name? But is that enough reason to want to get married? Also, I hear people say, because I want children. Yes, children are beautiful. Children are important. They are God's gifts to mankind. They are lovely. You cannot even quantify how lovely children are. But
In
in
marriage,
marriage,
children do
children
not
must
come
come
first.
first. You and your partner actually comes first in marriage. There is no doubt that God has created marriage for procreation, but it is not the first reason for you to want to get married. Yes, children comes along in marriage, and then you move along with it, but it shouldn't be the first reason why you want to get married. Also, I've heard people say, oh, I'm under pressure, my parents are pressuring me, everywhere I turn to, your mate is married, so is married. Yes, parents would always want their children to be established, no doubt. But is it enough reason for you to get married, especially when you are not ready? Also, I've heard a lot of people say that, when I get married, that's an achievement. But the truth is marriage really an achievement? Let's ask ourselves, especially those that have been married, is it an achievement? Let's keep that. Also, I've heard people say, oh, I want comfort, I want somebody to give me shelter, I want somebody to give me financial cover. Would marriage actually do that? Give you comfort, give you financial cover? Or I hear reasons like, I'm financially capable, so why not if not? I remember when I met my husband, and then we were courting then, and then he asked me a question one day and said, Busayo, why do you want to get married? And I looked at him, see the person I want to get married to. I'm willing to get married to you, and then you're asking me, why do I want to get married? Okay, so the first thing that came to mind was, I am financially capable. At that time, I was already working 5 years in the bank. I had a car. I was financially okay. So the first thing that just came to my mind was, I was financially capable. So yes, I think I am ready for marriage. And then he told me, he said, no, your financial capability is not the reason, should not be the first reason for you to want to get married. Okay, so I said, okay, uncle, what should be the first reason for me to want to get married? And then that day, we sat down together, and then we talked about it, and we realized that the first reason for us, for you to want to get married, is because it is God's will for us to get married. You know, the Bible said that God sets the solitary in family. That means that someone that is alone, someone that is single, so to say, God sets them in the way of family. Family means a group of people coming together and they have common interests. So God looks for one who is single, who is alone, and puts them in a family where they can come together, have common goals, have common interests. So for me, in my opinion, the first reason for anyone to want to get married, the first reason for anyone to want to get married, or the first reason to have a successful marriage, is for us to understand that it is God's will for us to get married. I believe when we understand this, then we'll be able to prayerfully make the right choice. When you know that it is God's will for you to get married, you will not want to deal with it with levity. You want to treat it with all seriousness, and that will make you to want to prayerfully make the right choice. And that would also sustain you to have a successful marriage. It does not necessarily mean that you knowing the right choice, making the right choice, will make you succeed rather in a marriage. It depends on how you work towards it. But I believe the first reason that should come to mind for us to want to get married is for us to understand that yes, it is God's will for us to get married. When we have that at the back of our mind, I think it's going to push us to want to make the right choice. And in making the right choice, you keep on making those right choices, and then you would succeed in the marriage. Well, this is the first reason that I have for us today. Let us think about this. Drop your comments, your questions in the comment section. What do you think? Why do you want to get married? Is my reason your own reason also to want to get married? Let's drop it in the comment questions, and then we'll continue this series in the next video. Till we come back next time, please do have a great time and take care of yourself. Bye.